Hello, class. Well, today we're going to be talking about multiplying fractions, and mainly we're going to be talking about multiplying fractions by whole numbers, okay? So, I'm sure you've thought of things like, what's half of 12? Well, how about half of 20? 1/3 of 9? Or how about 1/4 of 8? Well, you can see for any of these, it's actually pretty straightforward. So if you know that 1/2 of 12, well, you know that half of 12 is actually just, oop, that's not working. You know that half of 12 is actually just 6. Okay? Half of 20 would simply be, that's interesting. Half of 20 is going to be 10. Okay? And if you're looking at it, well, 1/3 of 9, if I have 9 of something, I break it up into 3 equal parts. Well, 1/3 of 9 would be 3. And 1/4 of 8, well, that's simply going to be 2. 2. Okay? Well, you may be asking yourself at this point, what's going on? Is this multiplication? Is this actually division? Well, I got to tell you, it's actually a little bit of both. Okay? It is actually both. Okay, you're going to be doing a little bit of multiplying, you're going to be a little bit of dividing. So, let's take a look at a short video explaining to you kind of what's going on. I know, video instead of a video. I didn't make this one, but I thought it was pretty good. It's queuing up here. Give it a minute.
May I have your attention, please? All freshman football players are to report to the locker room immediately. Again, all freshman football players report to the locker room.
Okay, so that's that. Now let's take a look at the actual steps for how we're going to do this. So, to multiply fractions. First, we're going to write all factors, all the things you're multiplying, as fractions. Okay, so remember, if you've got a value like 6, that would simply be 6/1. If I had a whole number like 4, that'd be 4/1. If I had -3, that'd be -3/1. I'm going to multiply all the numerators. I'm going to divide by the denominators. So let's take a look at an example. 24 times 1/3. Well, I'm going to go ahead and write this 24 here as a fraction. That's simply going to be 24 over 1 times 1 over 3. So 24 times 1, 24, 1 times 3 is 3. 24 over 3 simplifies to 8 over 1. I'm going to divide 24 by 3. I get 8 over 1. It simply gives me 8. And that is that. Let's take a look at another example. So in this example, I have 3/8 times 16 times 25 times 2/5. Oh my heavens, this looks like something you saw in your pretest. It kind of is like the thing you saw in your pretest. Well, let's go through it. It's not that difficult. First, I'm going to write everything as a fraction. So I have 3 over 8 times 16 over 1 times 25 over 1 times 2 over 5. Okay? Multiply everything in the numerator, multiply everything in the denominator, then divide the numerator by the denominator. So I have 3 times 16 times 25 times 2. That's 2,400. I have 8 times 1 times 5. That's 40. When I simplify that, I end up with 60 over 1, or simply 60. So 3/8 times 16 times 25 times 2/5 turns out to be this final answer of 60. Okay, so here's a you try problem. I'd like you to try this. Go ahead, pause the video right now and try this when you're on your own. Okay, coming back. So at this point, you should have something like this. So if I have 1/3 times 4 times 9 times 1/2, I'm going to write everything as a fraction. So I have 1/3 times 4 over 1 times 9 over 1 times 1 over 2. Okay? I go ahead and multiply everything. So I have 1 times 4 times 9 times 1 over 3 times 1 times 1 times 2. 1 times 4, okay, is 4 times 9 is 36 times 1 is 36. Okay, 3 times 1 is 3 times 1 is 3 times 2 is 6. 36 over 6 simplifies to 6 over 1, or simply 6. Okay, so there you go. Remember, write everything as a fraction, multiply your numerators, multiply your denominators, multiply your final numerator, divide your final numerator by your final denominator, and that should get you your answer. Okay, you should be all set to go ahead and do your practice problems. If you have any questions, see me in class. Thank you.